All right, here we are. Very late stream, but a stream nonetheless. I've done a bunch of work on this. Well, not a bunch. I did a little bit of work on my project yesterday off stream. Why is it taking so long to load? We now have some asteroids kind of floating around. We also have this. This was the black hole. It's still called the black hole, even though it's clearly not. I should probably change the scene name for that. But our planet is really coming together. We got some interesting visuals for it. I really love the atmosphere. You can kind of just fly away from it currently. But yeah, we've made some progress. Let me go ahead and grab these links, throw them in the Discord. Probably no one in the Discord is awake right now. You can kind of just... But that is okay. Might as well throw it in there anyway. Okay, those are there. Sweet. Let's go to our black hole. Let's rename this light pillar. Yeah, so another thing I wanted to do was maybe add some creatures to this little planet. Maybe my little grass bro guys. Let's change our music. I don't really like this album right for this vibe. This is more fitting. I do like that. Giant garlic bread. Dude, it is good to see you. Also, Simply Art by Drew. What's up? I'm streaming late enough where I guess, yeah, you would be up. Good morning, mate. It's been so long. Yeah, maybe I should just stream later so then people... I've been trying to stream earlier, but even then, living in Finland, it's still... Like, the earliest I could stream is like 9 p.m. Pacific time. Reminds me of Outer Wilds Worlds, which can't remember which. I think it's Outer Worlds? No, I can never remember either. But yeah, very much like that. That game is sick. That game is so good. But yeah, Giant. I'm getting ready for work right now. Nice. Maybe I should just stream later. Problem is I have to work later in the evenings usually, so... But yeah, this is coming together. We've got our just pillar of light here that this, I think, is going to be the portal where you go to the new worlds. Drew, I'll show you the other world here. So this is going to be kind of a teleporter where you go to all the different worlds. The beam of light is. You can activate it to go to different worlds. So right now I have it where you just jump into it and it just loads the next one. There's no loading screen or anything, so it just kind of freezes. But then we now appear in this world, which I'll build out a bit. And this has all the crazy battle stuff going on. Getting ready to pick up Blair. He should see this. Nice. Yeah. We got spaceships getting shot down. Got the big spaceships up there doing their bombardment. I need to do some sound effects and some explosions when their bullets hit. Right now they just bounce and do nothing. These tanks just kind of march down the road. I'm going to have it where there's a big mech, like a squad of mechs. So when you load into this map, these tanks are going to be pushing these guys, blowing them up. It's going to be a more active fight. They're going to be getting shot too. And then these tanks will get blown up, but then a squad of mechs will show up and take out the rest. And then you're going to kind of follow the squad of mechs, these big walkers, as they go down the street. And they're going to be fighting their way down the street. And it'll be maybe like a 15-minute storyline with just crazy battle happening in the background. And then you're going to unlock different sections of the city, which ends up being different storylines. But yeah, this one I just love the I love these tracers. This is nuts. This game will be a massive success when you launch it. The sounds are dialed. Sounds are there for sure. Yeah, pretty much my plan is make a few more worlds, because I'm going to also do a giant jungle fantasy world with huge trees. And have that as part of the trailer. This is part of the trailer. The home world is part of the trailer. And then also there'll be one more world that I'm building, and every world is going to be completely different, and just like a visual story for 10 to 20 minutes, somewhere in that range. And the demo, I think, will have maybe 3 worlds or something. I don't know. This looks really sick. How long have you worked on this? This one only maybe like a month now, kind of off and on. Made good progress for considering how little time, but every time I start a new project, I'm faster at it. So, and with this one, all I care about is the visuals and the making it look cool. I don't have to worry about gameplay. There's going to be some little puzzle gameplay, but not much like gameplay. It'll be more story and visuals, more of an experience rather than a game. Love huge trees. Yeah. Can you go back to the other world so I can show Charlotte? Yes. We'll just boot this back up. Yeah, huge jungle vines coming down, something like that. The home world is here. Here's the big light spar that you can jump into. The sun is going down right now. We've got a nice little sunset. Also, if I fly up a little bit, you can see the atmosphere of the world. And then today, I think I'm going to try to add some little grass creatures that jump around. I've already made them for my other game, one of the first games I was working on. And so I just need to pull them in and have them kind of bounce around. They're made out of dirt and grass, and then they burrow down into the ground. I'm going to have them in these little herds that run around on the planet. I love how it's like, it feels like nighttime over here, and then you go over to wherever the sun is, and then now it feels like daytime, Like it actually feels like a full day-night cycle. Charlotte loves it. Nice, nice. What's up, Charlotte? Yeah. But I want this world to just feel super cozy, and because this is your home world, This is where the main character brings you when he first creates you, because I'm going to have him, this character that shows you all the other worlds, and he creates you out of the star. and then he sends you to the planet because you are just kind of a cube of energy. He sends you to the planet, and he's basically just tells you he wants to show you all these different worlds that he's created for you, and you just go in and experience them. Kind of think of this as what Valinor would be like. Kind of, yeah. I wanted to make it just like peaceful, a little bit mysterious too. I want there to be little Easter eggs or something on the planet that over time you can unlock. Maybe as you visit different worlds, you find little artifacts that can unlock different features of your home planet. Yeah, it'll just be cozy. Drew, I'll show you if you have time. I'll show you what the little grass creatures I'm going to add are. From my first game. Which this game was great. Like, would have been awesome to try to finish, but it was just too big of a task at the time. Which is this one right here. I should also pull these creatures into one of the worlds because I like these guys. They will actually fight you if you attack them. They'll swing their tail. I only have one attack animation for them, but then the other creatures are these guys right here. So these creatures I'm going to bring in. They just kind of bounce around, little dirt and grass creatures. But then if you hit them, then they burrow down into the ground, and they kind of blend in with the grass. So I think I'll have a little herd of these guys running around on the planet. They will just kind of move in herds, and then maybe when it's nighttime or something, they burrow down next to each other, and then they kind of go around and graze a little bit. Something like that. And then I also have these creatures over here that I might pull in, because these guys are cool. It's very odd looking. I like the way these guys walk. They kind of just waddle around. So I think that's what I'll pull in. Profits, what's up, man? Hope you are well. You too, brother. This is awesome too. I know, I kind of wish I had finished, gotten further in this. I could go back to it. It would just take a lot of reworks because it runs really poorly. Because this is kind of the first game that I really tried to make in 3D. And I did a ton with the artwork and even built some decent systems into it. But like this was the kind of starting cinematic. This is sped up, but there was going to be some music and some voiceover. Like I said, this is sped up, so it wouldn't actually go this fast, this cinematic. But it would like kind of tell you what your mission is on this planet. You'd have some voiceover from your commander. You've been sent down to this jungle planet to kind of secure it for your faction. So you fly in on this thing. Gotta go, Sick Games. All right, take it easy, man. Yeah, I'm going to try to share more progress as I build out this world. That looks pretty neat. Thanks, yeah. So this one, at some point I was going to, build it into a real demo. But the problem is this game would have been an RPG, which was just too much work, like a Souls-like RPG. And as you can tell, I'm getting 48 FPS, so I did not know how to optimize things back then. But let's go back to our main project. And this is where I'm going to pull in the Grass Bro guys into the main scene. We're going to give them... let's open up Blender. we're going to pull in those creatures and we're going to move them into the main project. Open. Is it going to open? While I wait for this to open. Oh, there we go. Okay. Grass creature. So now we go. Save as, and we could just save him here. Okay. Now we have the grass creature. So now we need to build the grass creature. Let's close out of a bunch of these things. Okay, in the player script, we have, what do we have right here? That's our gravity. Okay. Let's go to scenes, hub world scenes. We're going to do a new one. We're just going to call this creatures. We're going to create a new scene. Call this grass bro. This is going to be a character body, 3D. Collision shape. This collision shape will be a capsule shape. I guess that's just a sphere shape. Let's just do a sphere shape. Transform, we're going to do 0.5. Okay. Then we need to look up grass creature. Instantiate this guy right there. Editable children, yes. Animation player, okay, sick. Let's add a script, grass bro. Class name, grass bro. Let's give him a state, enum state. And we're going to have burrow idle. Unburrow. Unburrowing. Burrowing. Idle. Moving. Let's start with that, I guess. Let's grab our animation player. Transition to idle. We do need a func get position or get next position. We just kind of want to grab a position. We also need a way to make sure they all communicate with each other and move into similar areas. Let me think here. Do we just have something that directs them around? It says like, hey, go here, go there. Or does each one go somewhere? And do we have like a leader? Transition to burrowing. Transition to burrow idle. Unburrowing. Moving. We'll do that for now. Our current state equals state dot burrow idle. We'll start with burrow idle. Here we can do a match. Current state dot burrow idle. Maybe I should just pull up and go to VS Code. Input dir, we got a vector 3. Why do we have an input dir there? We're going to put these in here. These are functions that we will need to figure out. So we have input dir, next, path position. That's a pathing thing. We don't need pathing. We can grab this. Global position minus we need our nav target. Target dot global. Come on. Oh wait, no, we just need nav target. Here we need to grab the player's gravity system. Okay, so we have EveryTech gravity, EveryTech move. We could do a okay, we could do that. Let's do an EveryTech align Y. There, we can do a move and slide here. Here we need a delta. Okay, I'm just piecing this together. We're just going to do this. Transition to unburrowing. Of course, we don't actually need this. Nav.target position, we'll just do target. EveryTech move needs a okay, so let's add a timer to this. We're just going to say nav timer. Hey, Akim, what's up? Sorry, I had my other screen pulled up, so I might have missed your chat earlier. Nav timer timeout. We can do a, let's just do a, we'll do a function get nav target. Here, Akim, I'll show you what I'm working on. Working on the hub world, kind of the main planet for the player. This is the player right here. And I'm working on adding some creatures to it. So I'm going to add these creatures. They're going to pick a random spot nearby. They're going to move to it. Go to idle, move to it. Go to idle. Maybe burrow down. Something like that. Nav target equals vector 3 So we could do it where they don't even burrow down yet. We could just kind of... Oh, that's get next position. Don't need that. Okay, what breaks when I just bring this in? Let's say we need to grab this. So let's go to our hub world. Oh, come on. Okay, we will slowly build this out by just figuring out where it breaks. So when we start, it'll probably break. Oh, he's aligned Y. Okay. He's there. His Y has been aligned. He's not going anywhere because we need to actually transition to moving. Current state equals state dot moving. We're going to do if current state equals state dot moving. Transition to idle. We're just going to start with this. Elif current state equal to state dot idle. Transition to moving. Okay, we need to change that to a double equals. Okay, right now he starts out as state.idle. No, he's state.burrow idle. Let's make sure that that is correct. So idle. And then if he's in idle, let's do state.idle. every tick stop, and every tick align Y, and every tick gravity. Okay, let's see if it breaks. Okay, he is aligned Y. Oh, look at that. He's trying to move to his exact position. Or something. No, he's moving somewhere. He's just rotating like crazy. When this stops, is he gonna stop? Nav timer timeout. That needs to be right there. Okay, so we start it again. Now, every tick move, we're lerping this angle. We'll see here. Now, is he moving so slow because of his rotation? Why is he janking out so much? Now, it should switch to idle. Why is he not switching to idle? Oh, we have transition to idle, but transition to idle does nothing. See, this is... So transition to moving, what does that do? Equals state.moving. We'll do anim.play. Scurry. Here we will do current state equals state.idle, and we will do anim.play idle. Oh, come on. Let's go ahead and make this 2 seconds so then we can see it in real time easily. Let's put our nav timer at 2 seconds to start, and let's do it again. He's moving extremely slow and he is janky. Okay, let's go here. Let's do default blend time 0.2. Actually, let's do like 0.5. Let's see if that works. And then I think he's moving so weirdly because every tick move, every tick gravity. And we do transition to idle there. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's make his speed like 15. See what happens. Shayley, what is up? How you doing? What you working on, bro? We are working on our current project. Oh, check him out. He's floating. And he's falling very slowly. That's funny. That is true. We can't just find places nearby him because he will try to fly away. Although I kind of like the idea of him being able to just swim. Why is he falling so slowly? Ever take gravity? Let's do that and see what's up. Watching anime with my love, but saw you and wanted to say hi. Well, thank you for stopping by, brother. Looks cool. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get these guys to move correctly. Okay, now that the gravity is strong, this dude can't really get around. He's also not lerping his angle correctly. I think it might just be the collisions or something that is... Let's go to our hub world real quick. Go to planet, collision. Let's turn off that mask and see if that does something. I have no idea if it does, but it might. Yeah, we're trying to get a nice cozy setting here. Okay, nope. What is this guy running into? First, let's take a look at our get nav target. It goes like this. On here, we're going to do 0.0. And then when we, like, every tick move, we do nav target. That's just minus nav target, which that doesn't work. Because we need a position that is relative to the guy. Okay, when he's moving downhill, does he move faster? Okay, we're going to have a random, and then we're going to say, what is it? Our nav target equals global basis transform. Does that work? What do you think is causing him to violently shake like that? Okay, now that broke. Okay, so that doesn't work. It could just be collision. Let me take him off of one, see what happens. Oh wait, this is gonna break again. Let's do... Could be the fact that he's trying to go, like, underneath himself. Like he's trying to go straight down, because we need to... Let's put this back on 0.98. Yeah, because now, like, when he's floating up into the sky, he's not violent like that. Why is he consistently trying to go straight up? Oh, it's because we're on the side of the planet. This is going to be weird because we've got a planet. These guys need to choose a random direction to go. Then they need to align. So they need to align themselves so they're always pointed in the right direction based on gravity. Then they need to choose a random spot around them. Then go to that spot. But I need to figure out how to do local coordinates instead of global. Every tick align Y. Okay. Let's do random here again. Hey, Jessica Vino. Thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's do X. This is actually just going to be a rand f range 0.0 to 10.0. Then we're going to do our rand y rand f range 0.0 to 10.0. Nav target equals we could do dot x equals position minus rand x. No, wait. No, that's still... How do we get the... Of course, the game is looking cool. Thank you. Yeah. So I'll show you. Obviously, this is broken, and my brain is kind of fried. Every time I have to figure out movement, it's always strange. So, like, this guy's just flying, and right now he's just flying constantly because there's something weird with how we're doing things. But our planet here, this is kind of our hub home world. And from here, you can get to the other worlds. There's going to be a big lag spike. Boom. Okay. And the other worlds are where you experience crazy things. Like, this is the first world that I've been working on. And it's a big battle on a planet. The other worlds will be completely different. But this whole game is to just go watch cool things happen, like big battles or... experience different worlds, maybe do a few puzzles on the way, watch a story unfold, things like that. Not a ton of gameplay, more just visual experiences. The hub world kind of connects you to all the different worlds. That's the plan, at least. I need to add some explosions on these things. Anyway, that's the gist. Very cool. How many projects do you have going on at once? Way too many, because I also have my base building project. Which, by the way, let me pull that up real quick because I do want to show anyone watching. It's not fully ready yet, but it will be hopefully pretty soon. This is a little plugin that I'm working on for Godot to be able to do kind of Rust-style base building, but you can technically do a lot more with it. Oh, dang, this is looking so much cooler than I first thought. Yeah, I mean, it's got a little, you know, it's just all visuals mostly. Anyway, this real quick for anyone interested, I'll share the GitHub. This is going to be a kind of an open free plugin for Godot where you can do like base building systems. You can build your own base building system. These are the default ones that come with it, but you can swap. You can build as many components as you want. And it's like a system for building base building, pretty much. So it has some base components that come with it. But if any of you have played Rust, then you've seen this style of base building. But you could kind of make it whatever you want. Like really, you can define how your base building works in this plugin. Like I said, it's not finished, so I'll drop the link to the GitHub, and then hopefully within the next week or two, I'll have like it to the point where it's like version 1 is good to go and it's usable, hopefully. Otherwise, I would love people to test it out and, you know, see how it works for them. There are still some weird things like this, like you being able to build. Oh, and I just got stuck. Let me deconstruct. But yeah, so I can pull that up for anyone who's interested. Chris in chat, brother, how are you doing? It's good to see you. It's been a minute. Rust is my favorite survival. Love it. Yeah, Rust I used to play quite a bit. Nifty. Yeah, I'm hoping that this is useful for people. I'll show you real quick how it works. You have a base building scene that you attach to your player in some way. If this is like a 3D city builder, then you might attach it to like where your cursor is, I guess. And then it has all these build resources assigned to it. So like the base ones are ceiling, deconstruct, you kind of have to have there because it's how you destroy things. Doorway, foundation, all the base ones are here. To add a new one, I can add a test component. I go here, new DS component resource. Click on that. We'll just title it test. We're going to give it a type. You can create your own types as well. So like a doorway, a window, and a wall are all of type wall, which means they, because a doorway is always going to go where a wall could also go. So I'll say that this is a wall. I'll give it a scene. Demo test fail. This is my demo scene. Packed scene, I'm not going to do a preview scene for it, but you can. Like these have preview scenes attached. Okay, I have saved that. Now when I go in, I now have, oh, I did not save that. Test, boom, have to add, I forgot about that. You have to press add key value pair, otherwise it doesn't save. Now when I go in, I can see this test component here. I click on it, nothing works because you can't place those by themselves. You can only place foundation components, which you can specify which ones you should be able to place by themselves. But otherwise, like walls, a wall I can't place anywhere unless there's already a foundation. So I can place that there. Now I have my new component here called the test one. Blip, I can place that there. It has no connections to it. So, or does it have deconstruct? Yeah, it does. Okay. But basically, you can create your own components. So if you had a special doorway or something, then you could put it there. Now, I can't place a doorway here because this connection is already used, but I can place it there. This just makes it so you can't double place. Was I just able to double place there? No, I wasn't. Okay. But yeah, it's supposed to be very modular, so you can add your own components I'll delete that one. And then on each component, I'll look at a square foundation. It has all of these connection points, and these are where you attach your other components. So like a foundation can attach other foundations to it, and that goes right here. And there's another one for foundation right there. There's another one for foundation right there, and one right there, which means you can place a foundation on all corners. You can see over here on each connection, this is just too much to go over really quick, but all these connections, they accept different types. So this one accepts foundations. So whenever you want to place a foundation, it will only accept a foundation there. It won't accept a wall or something. But the idea is you have these connection points that you can place components on, and they accept certain types of components. Anyway, let me grab the GitHub and just throw it in the chat in case anyone is interested. Blast from the past, yes. Yes, indeed. I think I still have clips of you on my Twitch bringing resources upon resources to us in Rust, which is so great. Okay, let me find base builder here. I'll throw that in the chat. I will also throw it in the YouTube chat in case anyone's watching there who is interested in this. But go check it out. Star it if you're on GitHub. That would be great if you'd star it, so then you can kind of keep up on the progress. Like I said, I want to have it kind of workable where anyone can use it in their scenes or in their games. The nice thing is I'm making it very modular, so you can build your own components that have their own connections that connect to their own types. So you can make a city builder out of this system. You could make Rust style base building. You could literally just take all of the base components I have here and edit them and make them look better if you want. But it's all there to be used. And if you have questions on it, you can always ask me. And then if you have things you can contribute, if you have ideas, let me know. Because I want to make it as easy to use as possible, and I'm going to try to make a YouTube video for it as well. But we will now go back to our main project here. And figure out how to do this. This is the hard part, is I'm trying to get the local coordinates, translate them into global coordinates, and have them move in that direction. Does this work? Whoops, this should be Z, and this should be Z, and this should be Z. Let's see. Wasn't it Dead Pine before? Good seeing you here again, by the way. Yeah, it was Dead Pine before, but then I changed it. Oh. Float and operator in vector 3. This doesn't work. But yeah, it was. I changed it. Man, that was... Oh, man, that had to be like 5 years ago, right? And it's good to see you too, man. I've thought about you. Me and my buddies have talked about you. Because back in the day, playing Rust, having you show up with just an inventory full of stuff. Oh, that was great. But yeah, it was Dead Pine back then. But then there was another streamer with the same name, and I changed it, and kind of wish I had just stuck it out as Dead Pine or just changed my name to something much different. But then the problem was it was like, oh, no one's going to recognize me. which no one did anyway until you now. But, okay. Transform.basis.x. Okay, so this doesn't work. I think this is where we just go to AI because sometimes it can be good at fixing these issues. T3. I'm trying to get the local, or to get a random position around the character in Godot 4.4. I want these coordinates to be local. In other words, grab a position local to the character and then translate it into a global position. Let's see if this works. Sometimes AI can be decent for this, but sometimes not. Let me pull this back up. Fun times. I think I kept a few clips too. I popped in for your previous stream, and you were so dead focused I didn't say hey. Okay, well, hey, say hey every time. I'll be focused. I go in and out of focus, but it's all good. Not that I know anything, but couldn't you move the bot the same way the player moves? I'm trying to do that. The issue is that I'm trying to tell him where to move. And with the player, it's pretty easy because I just say a direction based on what keys I'm pressing. But here I'm trying to get a random direction. And we're on a curved space here. So I don't want to get a direction that's out here, which keeps happening, keeps moving. What I want is a direction local. So once he's aligned, it needs to be local to his like plane of alignment. And then grab a position in space, translate that back into like global space. It's a little weird. I could move him kind of like the player where I just say, hey, move forward or move left or something. But then I don't have as much control over where he ends up, because then I have to just say, pick a direction and a speed for a certain amount of time. But I would rather say like, pick this spot right here and move there. Because then later when I have a bunch of these guys, I can coordinate where they all go. I think if this was a flat plane, I would just kind of do what you're saying. But because it's spherical like this, I gotta figure something out a little better. This might work. Let's see. AI just got back to me, and we will test this. Can't find Xform in base transform 3D. I'm trying the rectangular local offset one. Okay, let's see if that pulls it up. Hopefully I don't need it to work well yet. I can fine tune it later. I just want something to work. Okay. Let's try this. We'll give it a shot. Oh, perfect. It worked. Look at that. Okay, now what we need to do. Go to our grass bro. Right now he is up there for some reason. We need to switch his transform back to there. We need to make sure he is less speedy. And then when he gets to where he's going, we can put this back to 5. And get rid of these. In here, if global, okay, we just do that. Perfect. Let's also make sure that, okay, it's doing -10, 10. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, he's moving a little slow. Let's bump him up to like 8. Perfect. All right. Let's put him at like 10. Let's go into here. Go to the hub. We're going to grab this guy. Grass bro. We're going to duplicate him. Then we can start adding in like the burrowing behavior, because these guys are supposed to burrow into the ground. Chill for a second. Gravity is still, for some reason, really not that powerful. Okay, and then the other thing we need is we don't want them to always all move at once all the time. So we're going to go here. Nav timer.start rand f range 2.0 to 6.0. Okay, sick. Why do they float down so slow? Okay, nice. Now let's just grab the hub. Grab all of these guys. Duplicate them. Let's also go here. Let's try the gravity thing where we make it have real. So 9.8. And let's see if that screws up their movement. Okay, it does not. Nice. Ooh, what was that? A little bit of jankiness there. As they move around, they kind of skate. Like that. Why is he looking that direction? Oh, now he's sliding. A little bit weird. Could just give him a little bit less gravity and see if that's messing things up. He's still sliding a little bit. It's kind of fine. But why is he turned? Is it because he's sliding up a hill or down a hill? He's just skating. Okay. We're gonna bring this up to 45 degrees, and maybe that'll help. Oh, we can also get our music back. I also need more coffee. Still rotating weirdly. And some of these guys aren't really playing their animations like they should. Also, we do need, for some reason, these guys don't have outlines. Why is that? Nope. Okay, this is the brown, all right. Okay. And here we can do a new standard material. Okay, I think I'm seeing outlines around them now. Let's see if this works. David, what's up? Albert, how's it going in the YouTube chat? Okay, now it seems like I have some outlines. But these guys are definitely, they're not rotating correctly, that's for sure. Velocity.x, let's do navtarget.x. Target.z, maybe that works. Yeah, I'm gonna need some coffee real soon. I'm just also hyper focusing. Okay, these dudes are not. These dudes are not rotating. I'm gonna grab this. I'm myself moving from Unreal Engine 4 to Godot because using Unreal for low games feels like removing a dead tree stump with a crane. Extremely overpowered and extremely overkill. Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. Godot being so lightweight is so nice. It's just so easy to get up and running. I've never really done anything with Unity or Unreal. I've done a tiny bit in Unity, but it was a long time ago. But for everything I'm building, Godot is great. Get some more coffee brewing. Yeah, I really enjoy Godot in general. I think it's just, it's like right exactly what I need. If I was working with artists who were making really crazy good graphics and I was trying to build something really powerful, then yeah, Unreal. But remember seeing someone try to make a classic 2D Doom game on Unreal Engine 5 and it couldn't even get 30 frames per second. Yeah. That's the thing. If you're doing 2D, Godot is also crazy good for 2D. So fast to get up and running. Velocity.x and velocity.y. Is this local? Maybe I can do input dir. Still moving weirdly. Sometimes they move fine. Why do they slide like that? Dude is just sliding. Oh. Do we not have a loop? Maybe. No, we should have. Yeah, we have the loop. Wait. We do need to do this. Animation stops before the dude stops moving. I think that's all it was. Yes. So now we just need to fix our rotation. Sick. Yeah. So beautiful and cool. Reminds me of that game Spore. Yeah, I'm trying to do as like simplistic and stylized of graphics as I can, you know. Okay. Clearly our rotation is, maybe we do velocity. Input dir is different. The other thing is I could try to do actual pathfinding on this, but every time I do that, it's always annoying to do real pathfinding. I just want him to like go to a general area, stop, burrow down. 1 second. Let me grab my coffee. Huh. Yeah. I mean, for now it's not horrible. At least I got little grass bros running around. I just want them to also like travel in a herd and, you know, kind of go find little spots to burrow down together. This guy didn't even move. He's just chilling. Oh, there he goes. Okay, I love these guys. Grass bros are always great. I am also going to make a big rock golem guy who's made of some interdimensional materials. And he will kind of just be, maybe you could talk to him or something. I don't know. Yeah, they do kind of like move a little weird like that. Like, why is he turning there? Is it just because they're sliding around on the surface a bit? And what happens if I do a... Let's go to our hub here. Let's do a navigation region. Navigation mesh. New navigation mesh. Could I generate a navigation mesh based off of this? Oh, I see. I didn't actually make the planet its own scene. Oh, okay. It actually can generate it. We just need to Oh, that's the minimum. Okay. Now we have half of the planet. I can't do higher than that. Interesting. Okay, well, this will be something that we play around with. And figure out. We could potentially just sample the mesh and be like, hey, walk towards this. But this does kind of work. It's just the rotation that's a little strange. And it might be because we're aligning the Y here. Maybe we can do it in the every... it still seems to slide them around a little. Then they also snap back to that. For now, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's add some rocks. We already have a... Let's see, if I go into 3D RPG, assets, 3D, world, rock. This one right here, let's do a quick save as. And go to our proton scatter. Go like this. Oh, whoops. We need to New 3D scene, call it rock. Save in our scenes, hub world scenes. Save stone, or is it rock? Yeah, rock. Instantiate sick. Let's make proportion like 100. Let's do like 150, I guess. Okay. Copy it, throw this one into the bottom. The bottom half of the planet has more trees and rocks in general. Man, this always happens where our stones just don't have outlines. Okay, let's try that. Alright, they have outlines. Maybe I was just too close. I think I just maybe need to bump up the outlines or something. Okay, we got stones. They all look the exact same, that's fine. Outline might be a little bit too thick out there. We can reduce it. I need to go here, right there, and then let's do like there we go. Okay. Like a 0.4, 0.3. Normal threshold. Okay, now our outlines are a little more visible. But we remove them from the far away stuff, and that looks better. Things just get a little more defined as you get closer. Oh, sorry. I had my YouTube chat accidentally minimized for a second. So beautiful. Oh, wait. 17 people nice. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, drop a sub if you're interested in seeing where the game ends up. I also have a Discord if you want to join. Let me throw that in the Twitch chat as well. And then I'll throw that in the YouTube chat. So if you're interested in following, seeing when I go live, there's that link there. But yeah, this hub world is going to be, you know, your main spot where you're chilling between levels. And then when you want to go to a level, there's going to be some way of picking it here. Oh, you can kind of just go through these guys. That's fine. Then you jump in, and it will take you to the place. Obviously, this level is unfinished. But it will load you in, and you will be able to experience another story. Kind of tempted to make it so you can just fly. At first I was thinking you can't do that, so then I can cordon off certain areas. But the whole idea of the game is that, like, the character who created you and built your world built all of these worlds. And he has built them for you to experience, which means he doesn't really care if you go off and see this spot over here that's empty. Because the character in the game that builds all this stuff for you is basically just me. And I don't know if I care if you go over here and see that, oh, it's all just a game. I think you should be able to just fly around and experience the story as it happens. Maybe there is some boundaries, but it's fine if people discover them and discover how to break the games. I think it is kind of fine. I might have some zones like, hey, you're out here for too long. We're going to place you back somewhere near. We're going to zoom you back. something like that. World reminds me of the episode with the dogs in the wasteland of Samurai Jack. Never unfamiliar. So God exists in this game, basically. Yeah, so the creator, which is me, has built these worlds for you, the player, to experience. Right? It's just stories, but it's within the context of you being this guy. But the whole reason that he created you, the player, is so that you can experience them and he can experience his own worlds through the player, pretty much. Which is basically just me saying, I can't experience how these levels feel because I built them. So I already know how they feel in a very different way. But the player can experience them in a way that doesn't have all of the building side of it etched into the experience, They can just experience it for what it is. That's the general idea, is like, kind of, whatever. Fourth wall style. Thanks for making the universe. Hopefully I'll be able to make many worlds here. I'm going to start with 3. This is the first one. Second one will be the fantasy one. Third one is going to be kind of a wild Candyland experience. So I want every world to just be like, have the potential for being truly anything. Because there's so many ideas of things that I want to make that are just cool visual experiences. But I do want to focus on getting the hub world done. The hard part with this level is going to be making the mechs, because I got to have these mechs that are like stomping down the street, shooting things, and have a storyline and a script and all this, like, things need to happen at one after another. It needs to be timed. The player doesn't have to be in time with it. They can do their own thing, and then the whole story can pass by while they're experiencing something else, but they can always come back and just redo it if they want to see it. Because I want each level to have some replayability. Maybe it's only 15 minutes of actual things happening. But as I build these out, I want to make it so it's like, okay, I'm following the mechs on their journey, but maybe the next time I play through, I go over here, and there's a little squad of tanks that are fighting over here, and I want to see what happens. And then maybe on my next playthrough, I go over here and I see, some spaceship pilot, and whoever you're nearby, you're gonna hear their radio transmissions, all of that stuff. In the earliest version, it's just going to be the mechs, but I want to add stories over time to each of the worlds. So it's like a continuous thing that you can come back to these. It would be sick if, in like a year, I'm still updating this level once it's version 1 is done. But machine gun sound effects are so satisfying to hear, like bubbles being shot. Yeah, I do love that. And I just love watching the tracers, The tracers are just so fun. I need to talk to RJL Jones, another game developer streamer, who's very talented, and see how he was doing his explosions. Because he has some sick-looking explosions in his current game. He kind of explained them to me already. I could probably do them already, but I have sparks and stuff that kind of fly off. Ooh, that one got sniped. Same with that one. I could watch these things get sniped out of the sky all day. But at some point I need to make them fly in. A lot of the background ones will just be like flying in the distance, and you won't really care what they're doing. But other ones are going to be like swooping in to do an attack, flying out. We need more spaceships. We need a lot more buildings. I also like just sitting next to these as they shoot. It's a lot louder, but... You gonna shoot? Oh, here comes something. Got him. Just realized those buildings have that cartoonish Borderlands line effect filter. Yeah, the outline effect is huge, especially on this map because everything's so angular, so the outlines really work. And I made it so like, oh, there's some weird artifacting. Where did my big giant ships go? Did they stop spawning? Debugger. Let's see. That's all fine. Where's my troop ship spawners? Oh, this is spawning Tracer troop ship. Goodness sakes. I need troop ship, the actual scene. Copy path. There we go. But I made the outline effect go as far out as possible on the on that map. This one we don't want it because there's a lot of like grass and stuff. But when we travel to the New World, even like those should have the outline on. Sometimes it's glitchy though and it doesn't show up. Like right now it is showing up. But every once in a while you just won't get the outline effect. I love it when these things ricochet. I definitely want it so you can fly around. Oh, see, like there, the outline kind of popped in and out of existence, and now suddenly you just can't see it on this guy. Why is there no outline on this guy? We need crashing sound effects. We need a lot of stuff. But I do have to bounce out. I have to do some work. But this was nice. This is good and productive. We got some creatures added. They're a little janky right now, but you know, they're getting there. we're going to add one more creature at least. Probably some birds too, I think. I should add some birds that fly around. And little bugs and just a bunch of little creatures that do things, you know. Oh, I do love the glow around that. And the atmosphere. Where's my grass bros at? Where have they wandered off to? There. Once we make them so they can burrow down and stuff and move as a group, that'll be nice. Albert says, thanks for streaming today, man. Hey, thank you for being here. It's fun. I love having people in chat, too. Keeps it interesting. I'm really happy with the progress. This world here has only been like a couple days progress, and it's already like, I can feel the vibe already, you know? That's big. But yeah, thank you all for being here. All of you guys in the YouTube chat, appreciate you guys. YouTube is just great. I enjoy, especially when there's chatters in the YouTube chat, but YouTube has been great for just, getting people to be able to see my stream. Twitch is always rough when it comes to visibility. It's a lot harder to like get seen by new people. But YouTube's always great, so I always appreciate you boys hanging out in the YouTube chat. I'm going to try to be streaming every day this week. And if you want, I did post that Discord link. I can post it again here in the YouTube chat if you're not already part of the Discord. Or you can just, you know, subscribe and you will be able to get a notification when I go live. But otherwise, you'll see it on Discord too. But yeah, I'm going to take off. Thank you for being here, Albert. Appreciate you hanging out. Art by Drew, thank you for stopping by. Chris in chat, always good to see you again, even though I don't remember the last time it was, but it's one of the true OGs of the channel. David, good to see you. Prophets. Covino, thank you for the follow and for stopping by. Shaylay, as always. Akim, Giant Garlic Bread. Appreciate you guys. Hope you all have a good one. Yeah, Chris, good to see you again. Hopefully I get to see you again shortly. I'm going to be trying to stream every day this week, but it'll probably be a lot earlier in the day. Because right now it's like 4:30 p.m. here in Finland. Because if you don't know, I just moved to Finland. But I'm going to be trying to be as consistent with it as I can. Anyway, we will see you all later. Peace out. Have a good one. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.